What's happening? It's your girl, Yvette.
I do it for the turn up. And we ain't going nowhere. We praise them because it's necessary. So watch us turn this place into a sanctuary.
Yvette.
I do it for the turn up.
She's a G for Jesus.
And I've come to praise his name.
You're listening to Sunday Inspiration with your girl, Yvette.
I'm at my best when I'm at my worst. I pass the test even when I don't come in first. And sometimes I win when the score says I lose. 'Cause even in my weakness I still have you. I still have joy when I'm feeling pain. I'm moving up when my life has clearly fallen.
What's happening? It's your girl, Yvette. It's Sunday, June 25th, 2023, and welcome to Sunday Inspiration. That was Smokie Norful with I Still Have You. I can't even begin to tell you how much that song speaks to my soul right now. If you've been following me for a minute, then you know I recently lost my husband just 2 weeks ago tomorrow. I know it's soon to be back on the podcast, but you guys, this is like therapy for me. And I pray that what I do here ministers to your souls as well. For those who are struggling with the loss, I urge you to find comfort in 2 Corinthians chapter 5, verse 8, which reminds us that to be absent from the body is to be present with the Lord. Now, before I move on, I want to send a shout out to my church, St. Paul Church in District Heights, Maryland, where the senior pastor is Pastor Robert J. Williams Sr. and the co-pastor is Pastor Bobby Williams Jr. Now, if you're in the DMV, I'd love to see you there to worship with us. But if not, or if you're not able to join us in person, no worries. You can still be a part of the service by joining us online. We stream our service every Sunday morning beginning at 11 a.m. Eastern Time. So go to spchurchonline.com for more details. That's S as in Saint, P as in Paul, churchonline.com. Now, coming up next, I've got new music from Erica Campbell. Shout out to her. I love listening to her on Get Up Mornings with Erica Campbell. I listen on Praise 104.1 here in the DMV, but if you're not here, click on over to getuperica.com to find out where to listen in your city. This is Erica Campbell with Feel All Right, Blessed. I'm your girl, Yvette, and you're tuned into Sunday Inspiration.
Well, right am I now? Good God, I feel alright. Right now I feel alright. Today I feel alright. And ain't nothing gonna bring me down, 'cause I feel alright. Right now I feel alright. Now let me tell you I feel alright. And ain't nothing gonna bring me down, 'cause I'm blessed, blessed. Yeah, yeah,
What's up? What's happening? I'm your girl, J1 Yvette, and here on Sunday Inspiration, I like to bring you the latest and greatest in gospel music. But if you want to get your worship and praise on all throughout the week, let me tell you about this Facebook page. Go to facebook.com/sounds from heaven. That's SOUNDZ from heaven, where you'll get your gospel music, preaching, and even a little comedy. So check them out throughout the week to get your worship and praise on. And don't forget to join me here on Sunday Inspiration every Sunday evening at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time at blogtalkradio.com/Sunday Inspiration.
Have you ever stopped to consider, this is bigger than me? How do you know it's bigger than me? Because I wouldn't have picked it. See, it's bigger than me when it was placed on me, not picked by me. This is why Jesus looks into a cup and says, God, if it be thy will, this ain't my pick. But nevertheless, you can sit there and be quiet. But if you ever had to deal with some stuff that you didn't pick, but God placed that responsibility on you. Yes. But now you can look back retrospectively and shout, that was bigger than me. Yeah. Had I not did that, my children wouldn't be where they are right now. Had I not did that, my family wouldn't know what unity looked like. Had I not did that, I wouldn't be the man or the woman I am right now. 1,000 folk are to type and shout, this bigger than me. Every time you pull up to a job you don't want to go in and you got to sit in the parking lot and get your mind together, but you got some babies that need you to get it done, you ought to shout, it's bigger than me. Frustrated with God because he did what you said, not what you meant. You prayed, God, just remove all distractions. And he broke y'all up. So when you pray to God, you don't get to pick what he picked. I'm not saying selection. I'm talking about extraction. Make that make sense, PMJ? So when you pray to God, you don't get to determine how God moves. Many of us are holding a grudge, which is why you don't pray as often as you should. Because you've subconsciously convinced yourself, why pray about it? Why pray if he ain't gonna do what I'm telling him to do? But you told him to do it. No. I told him to do it. But what I meant was, many of us are frustrated because God did what we said, not what we meant.
It's a praise party and everybody's invited. You're listening to Sunday Inspiration with your girl, J1 Yvette.
Right, we're going home. Everybody on their feet. You know, just want you to take this with you. It's gonna get better.
But don't worry about it, leave it alone, 'cause it will get better. Hope you believe it, but the end of the song it will get better. Yeah. You've been fighting for way too long. Yeah. You gotta keep going on. Yeah. Oh, it ain't no need to worry, it will. You just add on to the story, it will.
It's Sunday Inspiration with your girl, J1 Yvette. That was music from PJ Morton, and it's The Better Benediction. I'm dedicating that to anyone who is going through a trial, no matter what it may be. And if you're in the middle of something that you can't see your way out of, I pray that that song ministers to your spirit. I just want to encourage you and remind you that God has not forgotten you, and he will never leave you alone nor forsake you. Deuteronomy 31:8 reminds us of that. There's nothing too hard for God, and no one loves you more. So no matter what you're facing today, be encouraged and know that God has you in his hands. Quick programming note, I'll be back on the air next Sunday evening at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Time for a new episode of Sunday Inspiration at blogtalkradio.com/Sunday Inspiration. The Bible says where two or more are gathered in his name, he is in the midst. So call your mama, call your TT, call Pookie and Peanut and them, and let's touch and agree over these interwebs every Sunday evening at 6:30 p.m. for Sunday Inspiration. Now, before I move on, I want to send a shout out to my official promo team, Team J1 Yvette, which is run by my girls Brenda J, Tracy, and Amina. You can follow them on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram at Team J1 Yvette. That's team like in football team, JWANYVETTE. And don't forget to follow me on Twitter at J1Yvette1. That's JWANYVETTE and the number 1, where I live tweet every show. And to connect with all my social media, music, poetry, and more, click on over to drum.io/J1Yvette1, just like my Twitter handle. Now, before I close out, I want to send a shout out to all my fan bam, whether by blood or by love. I love you to life, and I love you for real. Shout out to my St. Paul Church family, all of the ministry leaders, all of my twamly, my Mad Hatters, Yvette, Shane, and last but never ever least, my daughter Jessie. You hear her at the top of the hour every Wednesday and Saturday night on Justified Madness. Now, coming up next, I've got music from Anita Wilson featuring Rubi, Greene, and Kincy with Out Here Trusting God. Then on the other side of the commercial, I'm closing out with BeBe and CeCe Winans and Close to You. And I want to dedicate that to the memory of my husband, Ellis. That was our wedding song, and it will always keep sweet memories close to my heart. I'm your girl, J1 Yvette, and this is Sunday Inspiration.
If you're feeling good, let me hear you sing, yeah. Alright. Woke up with my purpose on my mind. Decided I ain't wasting no more time. I'm on my grind. Nothing's impossible with Jesus on my side. Now every day I'll be out here walking by faith. That's why I make the moves that I make, and I won't break. There ain't nothing that can stop this wave. Yeah, I'm just out here trusting God. I'll be praying, listening to what He's saying. I ain't praying, I'm just out here trusting God. I already claimed it, patiently waiting.
What's up? What's happening? It's your girl, J1 Yvette, sending a shout out to my girl, Darlene McCoy of the Nightly Spirit Show. Now, you want to catch up with her as well as Get Up Mornings with Erica Campbell and the Willie Moore Jr. Show. If you're in Charlotte, North Carolina, make sure you stay tuned in to Praise 100.9 on your FM dial, or click on over to praisecharlotte.com to listen worldwide. I don't know what you've come to do, but I've come to praise His name. You're listening to Sunday Inspiration with your girl, J1 Yvette.
I just wanna be close to you. Sunshine, moonlight, delight, just a couple words describing who you are. Lovely, so lovely. Want everyone to know why I'm in love with you.
Patient and strong, always, no matter what I face, you've been there to bring me through just fine. On time, it took a while to see that you're.
Thank you for joining me tonight. I'll be back on the air on Wednesday night at 11 p.m. Eastern Time for Justified Madness at blogtalkradio.com/justifiedmadness. See you there.